My name is Aaron Belveal, and I'm a police officer with Berkeley Police Department, and I've been with Berkeley Police Department about 15 years. February 28th, 2016, about midnight, I had just gotten off working my patrol shift. It was about midnight. I was driving home on Interstate 80, and I was in my personal vehicle. While I was driving on the highway, I noticed a vehicle that was swerving within the lanes, outside of lanes, straddling lanes, and it almost hit several vehicles. It was pretty obvious to me that this person most likely was driving under the influence, so I called 911. So while on the phone with the CHP dispatcher, I observed the vehicle swerve to a vehicle that was on the side of the road with hazard lights on, and that car hit the other car. I saw a person, it looked like a person jump back, and it was my hope that maybe that person had jumped out of the way before getting hit. So I'd end up following that car off the highway, on the highway, through several different cities. The car was running stop signs or stop lights and speeding. The CHP finally got the car stopped, and I asked the CHP officer how the person was back at the collision, and that was when I was informed that the person had been struck and was killed. So there's two things that I'll always remember about this case. The first was when I first met the mother at the first hearing for the case. I went over and basically gave my condolences to her, and I'll never forget the sadness in her eyes. And I'd later find out that the person who was killed was 28. He was on his way home that evening from his brother's wedding, and actually his fiance was with him at the side of the road and witnessed the collision also. So I can't imagine a mom losing her son on one hand, and just before that was celebrating her other son's wedding. So another thing I'll never forget is when I was giving testimony at the trial, I remember looking out into the courtroom and it was filled, and there were on one side the suspect's family, and on the other side was the victim's family. And I couldn't help but think, look at how one person's irresponsible decisions have affected so many lives. And it really just hammered home for me the fact that we have to get these kind of people off the street, because if we don't, how many other courtrooms are going to be filled with families just like these?